What's up, family? What's up? What's up? YouTube, everybody that's watching. Earlier today, I did a video about the time I almost died from trying to sell 2 ounces of marijuana, 2 ounces of weed. I did a video earlier and I was detailing it in a way that it would kind of seeming like I was glorifying the moments that this thing was happening in a time. The way I describe the guns, the way I describe certain situations. And I had to take it down because I didn't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm here to actually let people know how good God is and not really let people know how good I could tell a story. I mean, the story in itself is a story, and God got me to this point where I can tell you the story. That's the whole message. So I had to take it down because I looked at it and it was kind of a little bit, it was all truth, but I made it to, you know what I'm saying, like I was glorifying these things. So if y'all will allow me to tell y'all the story again for those who saw it, okay? I got robbed and almost died for 2 ounces of marijuana, and I was selling it for $150. So I put my life on the line for $150, and you got to understand, when you live in a certain type of life, you got to take what comes with that life. And in this case, what came with that life was the dangers of me almost losing my life. And I ended up taking the gun from the guy that robbed me for the weed and the money that I had in my pocket. By the grace of God, I got out of that situation. So let's start the story. Okay. Years ago, I don't know the year, but I know Next Tales was out, so y'all probably can picture what year it was. Okay. I'm about to go to a party, and I'm getting dressed and everything, and I get a chirp from my homeboy. Chirp, chirp. What's up? Hey man, you still got those 2 ounces for $150? Yeah, I got the 2 ounces for $150. What's good? So he lets me know that somebody that I know that he knows knows somebody who wants to get 2 ounces for $150. So I get dressed. Before I go to the party, I make up my mind that I'm going to go sell these 2 ounces for $150 to the guy so I can have extra money in the club, you know, so I wouldn't have to spend the money that I had. So that's the ideal I came up with, not knowing that God was about to teach me a lesson. And at the same time, he was about to save me from something that he didn't have to save me for, but because what I was doing wasn't right. Wasn't right. I was selling drugs illegally. This is before marijuana was legalized and everything. So let me tell this story how it's supposed to be told. And let me get this message across how it's supposed to get across, because the whole motive and the whole key to this video is the fact that God saved my life. So I get dressed, I go get the weed, take it, I go park, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like 9:30 p.m., you know what I'm saying, in Detroit. I go all the way, at this time I'm living on Tyler and Dexter, and I go from Tyler and Dexter, I gotta go all the way on Plymouth and Evergreen to the Bentley. Y'all remember, if y'all remember the Bentley, the bar, the Bentley. The party probably ain't gonna get jumping to 11, you know. So I go and I park in front of the house where they tell me to go to sell the 2 ounces of marijuana. And I'm waiting, you know, I'm not thinking I'm waiting. I got a little time, so. But when you in the streets, if you wait too long for something, that means you're not supposed to be there. But oh, greedy-minded, let me get this money, that type of mentality had me wait. And little did I know, I was waiting for something that'd change my life forever. So 30 minutes go by. I chirped the guy who chirped me and told me somebody needed it. I said, hey man, I've been here. Well, I chirped him and told him when I first got there. Then I chirped him back and I said, hey man, where they at? I'm still here. What's going on? Then he was like, okay, they said they coming. All right. So I'm looking at the door actually to wait on somebody to come out the door. But a car pulls up in front of me because I'm parked in front of the house that I'm waiting on the people to come out to, whoever was going to buy the marijuana. And then I see 3 guys get out the car and they go into the house that I'm waiting on the people to come out. But when they go in the house, I'm like, okay, they here. I thought somebody was going to come over to the car, grab the stuff, get in, and I was going to be able to pull off and go to the party. But no, that didn't happen. Not at all. What happened was they went in there for another 15 minutes. But greedy-minded, in the streets, everything's good. I'm feeling like I'm good because people know my face in the hood and I've been good and cool to everybody. Why would somebody want to rob me? I'm nice Mikey. I'm cool Mikey. I grew up in this neighborhood. Why would somebody rob me? I feel like I'm safe, but don't know. So, long story short, 10 minutes later, here comes somebody walking out the door. It's somebody who I don't recognize. Never saw this guy in my life. So, thinking fast, I said, okay, I had a gun at home. And this is why I took the last video down, because I spoke of this gun in a glorifying way. Okay, I had a gun at home and I usually carried this gun everywhere I went. My homeboy had pawned the gun to me. And now that I'm realizing my homeboy, he probably pawned it to me just because he wanted it in the hood and not at his house. So there I go being a dummy, thinking that a guy pawned a gun to me, but he really wanted it to stay at my house because he came to the hood and he didn't live in the hood. So my house was probably a hub for his gun. Just now understanding that. So don't get yourself put in that situation either, okay? Now, I usually would carry this gun everywhere I went after I got it. But this night particular, something told me, don't touch it, don't grab it, don't take it. And I'm not going to even say something. Jesus told me, you don't need that. So when the guy came and he got in the car, I made sure before he got in the car, because I recognized I didn't know this guy, I put my hand here and I kept my hand here. So he's sitting in the passenger seat the whole time. I'm talking to him with my arm right here. So I'm trying to insinuate, you know what I'm saying, that I have something right here that if, because I don't know you. I had to do that. I don't know what made me do that. Maybe it was because of, my awareness of street life, that made me do it. So I put my hand here and my whole arm here, just like this, while I'm talking to him. He gets in the car. He, I hand him the product. He gets to smelling it. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yeah, I'm thinking like, okay, what's up? 2 for $150. That's a deal. Back then that was a deal. Two ounces of marijuana for $150. That was a deal. The going rate for an ounce of marijuana at that time was probably $125, depending on the grade. Okay, so never mind how good it was or whatever. But I'm trying to get this story across to y'all to let y'all know that it's not worth it. Okay, so the guy, I'm holding my hand right here. So the guy eventually stalls and stalls until he says, okay, let me go weigh it. And I've already told him it weighs right. So I'm like, okay, you can weigh it, but I'm going with you. Okay, I'm not gonna wait in the car while you go weigh it. And you probably take something out and come back and say it didn't weigh right, and then now I got to sell it for a cheaper price. And I know I had weighed it before I left the house. That means nothing, okay? So I told him I'm coming with you. Because I didn't want him to run out the back door and nobody came out, because I had been waiting all this time anyway. So soon as we get to the door, the guy knocks on the door. And remember, I said 3 guys had got out the car. So one of the guys opened the door. I don't know this person that opened the door. He opened the door and he looked at the guy and said, like, what you doing here? Like, what are you doing? He gave him this look. And as soon as he gave him this look, he shut the door in his face. As soon as he shut the door in his face, he turned around and upped his gun on me. Run it off. As soon as he did that, bam, my life flashed before my eyes. Y'all know when people say my life flashed before my eyes, it's a real feeling when something like that happens. I put my hands up immediately, dropped my phone in the process. Like, bro, you can have it all. Because I thought that as soon as he turned around, that I was going to see some flashes from the muzzle and I was going to be gone, because it was really dark on the street. And, I just felt scared in that moment when he first pulled the gun out. So, he came down. He already had the weed in his hand. So he already had that. I had probably like $140 in my pocket.